Adam Webster, what's your plan for the game?
To win. We're looking to sweep this series tonight.
Yeah. 7 games?
No,
No, wait,
just
4
one,
games.
one out of one. So anything you do, follow it through. Do the extra little bit of thing,
Like in a good relationship.
like in a good relationship. Well, you know we need to neutralize a few of their players. They've got Jared, Tim, Corey, Adam. They've got Jess, they've got Megan, they've got Amber. All need to be neutralized.
Those are all players on the opposing team. How are you planning on dealing with that?
We need to neutralize all of them. If I forgot anyone, that's the only person we don't need to neutralize.
Jared, you just spilled the beans. How are you going to counter this strategy?
Well, I was thinking that it'd probably be a good idea to neutralize their opponents.
Alright, sports fans, and welcome to the 2016 Div 1 Spring DE Final. Joining me today is Brian Flowers. How you doing, Brian?
Good. How's it going?
You ready to watch some dodgeball?
Oh yeah.
Alright,
All the time.
On the court today we have triple finalists, the Deathly Hallows, facing off against double champions, a few over 1,000 balls. These teams have faced off. This is their third matchup in the finals. Out of the 4 in DE history, 2 have gone to Fury, 1 has gone to Suicide Squad, and Deathly Hallows is giving them all away. Brian, I know this. You guys were having your first go around with your team, Toon Squad.
Yeah.
So you're a little bit new to the league, but from what you've seen so far, is there anything particular you think that one of these teams needs to do to take this one today?
Picking off Hennessy is probably a good idea.
Hennessy does destroy that arm keeps on turning and people keep going off the court.
From my end of things, I've always had trouble hitting Jared just because he's like so lanky, reaching so far across the court.
You know, I could say the same about yourself. For a guy as tall as you, it seems like there's a lot to hit until the stick figure arms go bending through the air. I think your body surface area is in fact not that large.
Nope, that kind of helps a little bit, but still, the catching, that's the tricky bit.
Yeah, definitely there's been a shift coming over from the Casa format. It's taking people a while to figure it out, but catching is definitely on the rise. We've seen big improvements over the last couple seasons. Alright, Deathly Hallows with control of the line, through and 4. Gets Paul in the middle. Hennessy on the side. No balls in possession for the Hallows. Bad spot to be in. Once this gets going, hit the middle, get the balls back, but a big clutch
That's
catch
a huge
from...
catch.
I think that might be a blurry Adam Webster in the back. We're running 720p here. We're not exactly doing some CSI stuff. We can't enhance.
That's one thing I've noticed between the other leagues is as soon as it's so much harder to get the balls back as soon as they all get on one side. So
Yeah, absolutely. Every team's good at protecting the line. As soon as a team has a ball advantage, if you hit that middle, most of those balls are going to come back if you're throwing hard. So, getting behind in the ball count can really, even if you're ahead by a player or two, sometimes that's all you need to turn the game around is to get those 4 or 5 balls rolling.
I've noticed that it depends on the gym a lot too. This one's pretty good for that, but
Yeah.
some of them have so many little edges at the back. You can throw all at the middle and they'll still bounce wrong.
Yeah, not every gym is made the same. Jess always picking up that catch in the middle there. Hallows in control again. Hoffenbauer's moving up to the line, spikes the ball a bit. Hoffenbauer's coming back after a bit of a break from competitive DE.
I thought I'd been part of this for a long time.
Yeah, he took a couple seasons off. He was, in many ways, I think, the undisputed first draft pick of the Mikasa format for a while. Still a strong player when he came over to DE, but maybe not as dominant as he used to be.
Oh!
Did he bobble it? I don't know if it touched somebody on the sideline. It looks like they're calling it good. There may be some discussion about that. Adam's in there and ready to go.
It looked like it hit the ground, so I think no. Oh! I thought he for sure got hit. I don't know.
Oh, that I can't say, yeah.
I thought they were fighting over whether or not it was live.
Yeah, but Hoffenbauer is definitely finding a spot, just evening out that throw. One of the things he had the most trouble with, I think, at the start, but definitely found his groove there.
Yeah, the balls are always coming so much higher than the other league.
Yeah, coming higher, coming a little bit faster. And the release is just a little bit different. A little 2-on-2 in the end, now 2-on-1. They can go to the line. She's not a lady who plays with much fear. She'll whip it. Oh, looks like she got the hit there. Down to a 1-on-1. Ooh. She was wrapping around. It was just a little bit low. All right. Listen, everybody, as I click my scorekeeping pen, that's the sound of we're not going to mess this up this time. We got.
I remember that from some of the other videos.
The very first one was not a pro accounting situation. We would have not have passed our CSA or CPA or whatever such certification is. I think adding might be required. All right, Adam's starting with the line. Paul trying to get that bounce up. Good awareness from him. Jared getting hit in the toes there.
Pick. Was that your diagram I saw with the how to hit Jared with a very big back foot?
That would be Tim. That's Tim with the Timmy foot. Kind of kneels down, but there's always a little toe dangling out to his right side or the thrower's left side. It's kind of just a constant fact of dodgeball. It's been there for, maybe getting towards a decade. It might be a little bit too much, but things come and go. But Tim's foot is always out there waiting for you.
One of the top 10 things you have to learn to play VE.
Yeah, it's always a little bit different. Kind of going from these leagues where we're all very familiar with how we play, going on to a tournament or even down to Calgary. It's a different game where you don't know what the other team's going to be doing. You don't know how the throws are going to come. You don't know who's catching what. It can definitely have a big impact on the game, just being able to predict what your opponents are going to do, where they're going to place those balls.
There's a whole lot of new people coming in this season too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great.
I think it's going to be a big shakeup, and hopefully they take to it. I was very impressed with your team. Had a great opening season.
Yeah.
Very impressive record. Definitely burying some old teams. Buried my damn team 2 games in a row in the last game of the season and the semifinals.
Started to pick it up there at the end, but most of us had never played together before. There was 1s and 2s, but I hadn't really been on a team with any of those guys before.
Yeah, everybody kind of knew where they should be. It had a nice balance of people who wanted to play the middle, people who were good at playing the sides.
Mostly we just like throwing.
Hey,
So,
you know what?
that's all we need.
This is a throwing game. As long as you're not wasting your balls, as long as you're throwing them and getting them to bounce back, you can do a whole lot of that. Jared staying alive, rushing the line, looking for Hennessy. Little to the side there. Hennessy, one of those troubling players who throws hard but also catches well enough that you're not going to throw at him lightly. Makes him a lot tougher to deal with. Then Jared maybe getting a little lucky there. Failed block turns into a catch.
Just squidges right in there.
Yeah.
That's a term, right? Squidging? Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's...
The act of squidging is to squidge.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And the setup?
Similarly, a person who squidges is a squidger.
Mm.
And I would say Jared is a fairly squidgy player overall.
Sure.
All right, Hallows controlling the line, looking to close it out. There we go. 1-1. And a fairly even start. All of these finals, oh man, they've been some close ones. I think the very last final, the only one that didn't go down to the last game or overtime. So that gives you an idea of how tight these things tend to run. We've had some amazingly dramatic games to get this league going in the competitive finals. It's been fun to watch. See a lot of hearts broken. See a lot of desire from Deathly Hallows, and it's just never quite gotten there. They've had the lead, they've been behind and come back. It's just never quite happened. Yeah. Jared squidging his way to the line, gets a hit on Shade.
Big pick. Well, this is, I'm trying to watch for what people do at the start of each game. So I've noticed Hallows is, they're trying to go for an early hit just right off the throw, and Fury's just waiting to get as many balls as possible.
Fury, maybe a team with, not necessarily a slow team overall, but not enough or as much raw, dramatic foot speed as some people like Jack and Jared who can get to that line really fast. There's no one person they're going to send to set that up as quickly as the Hallows maybe can, so definitely something they should be trying to take advantage of.
Oh, they got some ball control back. Just 2 on 5?
Looks something like that.
Oh.
Jared getting there, using the, I believe, the left hand. Almost gets that one. Good eyes, good awareness.
Oh, they picked off 2.
Oh, might have been a bit of a deflection there. So we're back to a 2-on-3. Very, very even situation now. Oh, Jess almost gets a grip on it. It just goes up. Corey looking to retaliate.
There's been a lot of those huge pop-ups, and everyone's following through.
Yeah, it's the very first step of getting hit out is to look up and see if you're not out yet. Definitely an important part of the procedure. Corey staying low, staying alive.
Keep up the pressure, guys. Can't just...
Oh, when you get into the late game,
Oh, he's waiting for the throw.
just take your turns. Yeah, run up that 10 seconds if somebody picked up before you. Mostly about setting up for that real good spot.
Oh. 2-on-1.
Lisa looking for the rapid fire. The rapid fire 1-2 throw would be maybe one of the most persistent, ineffective plays in dodgeball history. Looks good, works bad.
It's all heart.
Yeah. Ooh, almost floats in there. A little bit of danger thrown at the center there against the single ball. Corey maybe not a double catching specialist, but they close out the game, and it's a 2-1 lead for Hallows. So no real high emotions at this point. Two very experienced teams playing some dodgeball, doing their thing. It's being
there hasn't
patient.
been too many big plays either. It's all just fairly straight textbook.
All right. They get to the line even this time. Shea holding it for her team. 3 balls on each side. No, wait, 4-2.
4 or 5.
All right, hit on Adam in the middle. Oh, no, looks like he's staying alive. Have to call this from the webcam. There's Jared. Getting to the line, looking for that hit.
Here they go.
Dwayne retaliating, goes a bit high.
Do you notice they're trying to pick on one person?
I wouldn't say I've seen any of that at that point. Usually it's somebody in the middle who will try and go first.
I've had some games where they're just always going for they pick off the one person first, whoever it is.
But if that person's in the
where
middle,
they're
there's definitely people who prioritize. It's getting to be a bit of a thing where the power's getting sent in the corners because it's harder to throw there. Definitely some teams taking advantage of that. But not everybody. Chaput being one of those people who's got a lot of arm, who's very comfortable playing the middle. Hallows in control. Kevin guarding the line. Jason showing that power there. Tim gets a kitch. Gets a kitch on the gets a kitch on the cross court. Might have been intended for Kevin. Might have gone a little bit wide there. Jared picks up a catch. 3 balls into the back, and a pretty smooth game for Hallows there, taking it to 3-1.
Now they're going to start opening up a bit, maybe.
Yeah, I find when the dodgeball games tend to get a bit tilted when when one team is on a bit of a roll, it usually seems to be they found something that works that the other team hasn't figured out how to deal with. And often that advantage will keep rolling until the other team makes a change. It's kind of how I feel a lot of the momentum tends to play out. Some of it's just luck, some of it's just emotions. But a lot of it's adjustments and counter adjustments as the teams each try and adapt to what the other has been doing well. Ryan at the line. Fury setting up.
That's what I find most exciting too, when they're just doing non-stop counter throws.
Oh, absolutely.
Boom, boom, boom. Harder to keep track of. And probably not the most strategic way to play.
Well, it can be. If you look at what was going on at the national level in Toronto this year, the way they play that is the counter throwing is so strong, and part of this goes to the fact that the balls are a bit lighter, so you can release them real quick. But there's almost no counter rushing because the counter throwing out of the backcourt is just so good.
Oh, they can just drill it all the way.
Yeah, they can just drill it all the way, and they can drill it on like the drop of a hat. Just take the little twitch, and that ball will get right up to top speed. And that plays into the infamous pump faking nature of the national tournaments, where because a ball could happen at any time, just that little bit of twitching is actually real threatening. It may look like a bunch of nonsense, but it actually does a lot. And the people who are best at it, they're not even pump faking. They're just kind of constantly winding up. Yeah. And if somebody makes a mistake or looks the wrong way, that wind up will turn into a throw, and if not, they hang on to it. It's
watching some of the replay of that, the first couple games where the Alberta team was winning, I noticed that the teams that were pump faking weren't actually doing that well. It was Edmonton would Alberta would just wait them out and then finish them off after they're done, just sort of flinching at the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And there is definitely such a thing as ineffective pump faking. There's a time and a place for it. Pump faking for the sake of pump faking is not necessarily a virtue in and of itself, but a very unfortunate double right off the toe and into Blair. All right, 2-on-1 now. Paul, a difficult guy to finish off.
So
pretty
dancey.
squidgy himself.
Yeah, so dancey.
In fact, I would go as far as to say that Paul is probably the squidgiest player on Fury. Whereas Jared may be the squariest on the Hallows. So 4-1 for the Hallows now. Pulling out to a bit of a lead. At this point in the game, with all the time that's left to go, not necessarily a meaningful lead, but certainly every little bit helps. Gives you time to turn things around if your opponents kind of get an edge on you. Jared almost gets one and then almost gets the one after. Probably would have been dead, but close. Always good to follow through. A little spread at the center there. Ball's a bit spread apart. Looks like one of them gets caught. Nice catch there from Webster.
Wow.
Gave away a couple balls there for free. Probably would have been better just to go for the reset. Oh, Webster goes down. Doesn't see the ball coming in from the side. Takes it on the chin. Alright. Amber staying low. Hallows setting up.
Those headshots are they just seem more common, even though they don't hurt. But that's one of the reasons I actually got laser eye surgery, just because from playing this, there was so many random balls that would just knock my glasses off.
Right. Not a contacts man?
Nope.
Nope.
Just may as well go all the way.
Absolutely.
How many they got left? 2?
Something like that.
2 on 4.
So one of the things that's kind of changed in the transition of styles and formats is you see a lot less comebacks in D. It's a lot harder to survive. The catching itself overall has been a bit less, which is one of the reasons these 4-on-1s don't get turned around as much. But those group throws are getting tough to deal with. Tim makes a catch, and looks like 5-on-1 now.
These teams are doing a really good job of throwing at the same time.
Absolutely.
Makes a big difference. Or even just timing it.
Oh, Tim almost gets caught. And Amber there sees what's going on and makes the catch. 5-1 for the Hallows.
That's one of the hardest things I've found playing on different teams is getting the timing of everyone else so you can actually all hit the back wall at the same time, not actually just throw at the same time.
Yeah, one of the hardest things to do well, I'd say, is throw together without counting it down.
Yeah.
Which is an essential thing. You have to be able to do that. Sometimes you'll have time to count it down, and that's great. But there's lots of opportunities where it's got to happen in the next second or two, and people have to know, well, do I go first? When's this person actually going to release if they're winding up? And a lot of that just comes down to intuition and practice. There's no real way of explaining it. But some teams sync up well, or some teammates sync up well, and others frustrate each other. It just comes with time. Shade gets Corey out, decides to hold off. Corey was ready for it there. Good eyes. Both teams go fishing for a toe shot there. But Fury with all the balls. Very, very difficult situation for Hallows now. But Kevin does a great job. Trades a catch and then stops a few balls, so gets them right back in it. Squidgy Jared comes up. Resets his ball.
That's a lot of singles coming out.
Yeah, a little bit of maybe frustration, disorganization. Dwayne picking a good spot there. Gets the jersey.
It's a dangerous place for her.
Oh. Dwayne doing a good job trying to stay on top of the deflection, but unfortunately gets punished for it. Fury back in control, though. Whoa!
Wow, walks away with one. Was that a catch? Oh.
Might have gone into the wall.
Yeah.
Looks like nobody's going off for it. Good job breaking up the throws, but gets hit in the toes. And that's a game for Fury. 5-2. Yeah, everybody looks pretty calm right now, but I can guarantee that in another 30 minutes, the tone of all this is probably going to change one way or the other.
Just non-stop single throws.
Well, no, not necessarily in terms of the play. The play itself,
Oh, wow.
I'll often say is more or less the same, but the way people behave does not necessarily. Or even and that, not necessarily in terms of bad sportsmanship, but just the tone, just the vibes. The vibes get a little different, man.
Everyone gets a little more yelly.
Everything gets a little bit yelly, a little more intensity.
Oh,
The calls get a little louder. That looks like it might have been a standing headshot. Well, we'll see what the refs have to say.
Back
Yeah,
down a little bit, but yeah,
yeah, Jared going off for it. So Hallows will be playing the next game short.
it's a big opportunity for Fury.
Yeah, I've always been surprised actually how well teams tend to do being down one man. Being down two people, say if you have an attendance issue or some such.
Yeah.
Playing with four seems to be a death sentence. But I've seen some
Yep.
teams, they do worse when they have five, but it's not necessarily devastating. I always thought it would be worse than it actually is when they came up with this rule, which I didn't think was unfair.
Yeah.
But I've always been surprised how many games get won with five. And a little bit of impatience on the setup there from Fury turns into a catch.
The 5 is they're gonna automatically play more defensive too, and it might pressure the team with 6 to play too aggressive, and then it all balances out.
Maybe not. I always tell people to play crazy when they have five. You may as well, if you're behind, take more risks.
Go for the big plays.
Yeah, you may as well. The farther you're behind, the more risks you got to take. That's kind of just the nature, the way games work in general. You don't have much time before you're all gone, so you may as well make the most of what you have. Whereas if you're ahead, you may as well slow it down because you can wait for the good chances instead of risking getting caught out.
Live every game to its fullest.
Live every game to its fullest, throw in the moment, and let dodgeball be your guide. And is that the end of it? They close it out? Webster's going off, Tim's still in it.
Well, Tim was the one that got hit. He looked so depressed.
He's just a mellow man, Tim. Alright, 5-3 for the Hallows.
So now we'll see if the 6-on-5 makes a difference.
One day when we hire a poor university student to be our stats tracker, it'll be very interesting to see the win percentage.
Oh, I want like the hits, the catches.
The weighted win percentage adjusted against real win percentage for teams playing with five. We'll find. Well, the economics grads probably get jobs, so we'll have to. I don't know. Psychologists know stats. That might be a good discipline to hit up for some cheap labor.
I'd love to see like general how well people are at hitting versus how accurate they are.
Yeah.
Like their throw conversion rate or whatever you want to get into. But
Yeah. No, there's.
to keep track of that is a big effort.
For sure. You might need an army there. We always. I don't know. We could hook up a webcam live and. It's
If
kind
you
of
want to be the guy to do that and keep track of everything.
dirty to maybe go a little out of country, but outsource that work. We can probably get a good rate.
Yeah.
Just ship the feed over to China, and money goes a long ways. I don't want to be taking jobs away from any hardworking psychology students.
Yeah. They
But,
need all the dodgeball money they can get. I wonder what it would take to keep track of that. Like, you just need 2 cameras, essentially.
Two
And
cameras.
A lot of time.
The dream has always been to have 2 cameras going. I believe Paul's responsible for this idea. Have 2 cameras going, sync them up, and then flip between the views as the action dictates, or
Split screen.
or split screen, or what we saw a little bit of in Toronto was there was a little bit of space between out of the back of the courts. And when the women were playing, because their court was about 5 feet smaller, you could actually see the back of the court. So you could see both courts, all the actions all the time, and it's definitely a lot to look at. Always get a fishbowl lens in the ceiling as well.
Yeah, that's going to distort a lot of stuff, though. It's going to be hard to tell who, like in group throws, who hit the person.
I guess that'll just have to be the third view then.
5 cameras. Body cams for everyone.
Yeah. Well, what do they have? Those $1 million NHL like live broadcasting trucks?
Yeah.
We'll just hop on over to Roger's place, get the wire cutters out, and we'll give it back. But just
They might just donate it.
do a little bit of good for the community. Yeah, we'll say, hey guys, we're a growing sport, and we'd like to borrow your truck and press the buttons. And a really nice catch there,
Yeah.
Chaput.
I thought Dwayne had more backup there.
Well, he was the only guy.
Yeah, I didn't see everyone else go out.
All right, 6-3.
That was when they were down a person too. It's big.
So no dominant players, no dominant sort of strategy. A little bit of a lead on the rush for the Hallows at the start. Now they're playing it slow. Seeing a little bit of everything so far. There isn't just one story to tell. All right, goes 4-2.
Oh,
Tib being a bit too mellow. It's a nice catch there from Adam. Swings it right around.
it's all part of Tim's plan. Big jump.
All right, Hallows just calmly operating the line. All right, ball possession's coming back to Fury. Oh!
Oh, that's
Tim
pretty
saving
good
it.
catch.
Oh, and Shade getting it back. Shade, one of the few people to operate the left arm.
I didn't even notice that.
There's a couple of them around. Rebecca does it. Shade does it. But it's not a large number.
I think Cody actually does as well on the Toon Squad.
Yes, could be.
Or I guess Monstar Squad now. If you're
Is that what happened? Has there been a merger of the squads?
A couple of Toon Squad guys got picked for something else, and then we just Monstar split.
I might be on that team.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So,
That's going to be an interesting first game when those two teams.
they had already been scalped before I came over, so it wasn't my fault. Nothing to do with it.
I think everyone's just more disappointed that we got these nice jerseys, and now they're useless.
Yeah, that's the
I think the new jerseys are like $5 each or something, so now we don't care.
going with the cotton tees, right? Or the bulk pennies from the sports shop.
Something that matches. That's all that matters. Although I do like the idea of...
Shade gobbles it up.
Doesn't even care. Just bam.
All right, 6-4. Assuming we haven't missed one, do you think we've missed one?
Well,
No, I think we're good. But as soon as you ask the question, you start to wonder.
no, it was 6-3, yeah. So
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
And that's the halftime. So, based on what you've seen so far, is anything needs to change?
It's... I could see a little bit more enthusiasm. They're just sort of... everyone's playing really defensive. They're not really going for like the one single throw, trying to take someone out that's too close. They're more just threatening, trying to get the other team to throw the balls back. But I don't know how much of a advantage that'll give anyone.
It's always hard to say. It's you're picking your spots, and you can't always force it. Sometimes the spot just shows up or it's not there. Running into a spot that's not there is not going to get them many results. But overall, very solid. Nobody's looking shabby. Nobody's taking over the court. Hennessy has been in the game, but hasn't been running people over.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of his like him picking people off, but he's also in the right hand corner. But we'll see more now.
Yeah, we'll see the reverse angle on that arm. Hoppenbauer's with the halftime shirt change.
One of many shirts.
One of many shirts. Got to keep those balls dry, especially as we get into the summer conditions. Nobody likes a greasy dodgeball. We should just get some of that lifter's chalk at halftime and get right out of the parking lot and just dust them down.
Yeah, just a full body rub for each.
Full body
player.
rub. Everybody gets a rub.
That's one way to get more people in the game.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna pick it up, and we're gonna pick it up from the start of the second half. All right, and we're back. Both teams congregating, scheming, plotting, rehearsing their woes.
How much actual strategy goes on in this inside of just catching up with everyone? Like, oh, what's new?
Well, there's probably, I would say the breakdown is 20% BS, 30% effective strategy changes, and 50% ideas that, I don't know, probably are a wash.
Well, they're going to need like a pie chart of that to come up.
Yeah. You know, a lot of the times, yeah, as we sort of move on and all the teams get to be a bit better and better, if your fundamental strategy is flawed by the time you get to the Div 1 final, that'd be very strange. I mean, these teams tend to operate fairly well. There are things that they could do to improve as teams, but for the most part, they ain't no fools. All right, Kevin with the first throw gets a hit.
There we go. We got some good singles.
So, in many cases with the experienced teams like this, small adjustments and play better. Play better, it'll get you a long ways. One more catch, one more hit. You know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but one more catch in a game, whole different game. Jared, oh, good pickup there from Corey, good awareness.
Yeah, huge.
Melissa picks one up there on the crossfire. Jared resetting his ball.
That was close to the line.
Hallows running out of balls. Getting a few back there. Hennessy coming up.
Oh.
Good protection there from Lisa, falling up to the gun. And Jared getting a lot of grease on it.
Oh, they're starting the push-ups.
Jason doing the ever-productive push-ups for things that he think he should have caught.
It's a good idea.
What's a good idea till you're in the damn finals? Save that arm, sir.
Whatever keeps the adrenaline going.
Ball's going low. Brian, one of the people who, when we made the switch over to Dodgeball Edmonton, was still a good catcher, but was at one of the times probably one of the most prolific catchers. Just a monster. Had the touch for it right off the start. Yeah, no, just would get his hands on him. He'd treat him gently, just curl him right in there.
It does seem like a lot of it just wedging your body into a bunch of triangles. They just stick
Yeah,
themselves in there without even thinking about it.
For myself, I find the flat-chested catch, the kind of the scoop into the ribs, that's on its way out. It's more about kind of cocking those elbows and knees to make some smaller pockets to tuck it into.
I've noticed Jess do that a lot, actually, where it doesn't look like she's going to actually really catch anything, and then she'll have two in her hands.
Yeah. No, for sure. Jess has got some of the Babe Ruth thing going on, where she kind of stays low and doesn't give you a whole lot to throw at. That's a catch from Timmy.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Dwayne's way over on by himself over there.
And Hallows definitely in control. Dwayne had an eye on it, but went off the fingers. Alright, Lisa looking for a catch. Job for Hallows now is to not fuck it up.
Jared just drills Shade.
Nice volley there, and they take the win. Alright, 7-4, pulling back into a 3-point lead. Not a monster lead, but as time goes on, every point becomes a bit more meaningful.
I'm gonna start taking a pool for what the final score will be, like a hockey pool or a football.
I think it's actually very common to run 26 games, like 14-12.
Right.
Yeah, right, or maybe it's 24. No, I think it's 26 games. It's just a number that comes up a lot. Yeah, mid-20s, very common. Shade out of position there, gets dunked on.
I think Tim took a little mercy there too.
Oh, I shouldn't do that. Mercy will get you friends, but lose you dodgeball games. And this is the finals, gentlemen and ladies. Not here to make friends. We're here to win the trophy.
It's so frustrating too if you do that. Like, I won't hit you as hard as I can, and then they catch it because they know they're still gonna go for it. Right in the middle.
I don't know, I know for myself, if it's an experienced player, they basically have to have their back turned before they get any less.
Yep.
If it's a new player and they look deeply uncomfortable, they might get the 80%. Nice catch there from Tim. But as soon as they catch one, that mercy period's over.
Yep. As soon as they're proven.
You catch a ball, your ass is on the line. Alright. Fury with a lot of power, a lot of ability to close this game out. Ooh, hear the thunk on that one. Alright, Jason coming up with 2 balls. Is he playing solo against, I never thought we saw somebody else there, but maybe they made a trade.
He's got all the balls, too.
Yeah, Adam might have one. Looks like there's got to be a second player there. Adam's in the other corner. So Jason just using the 2 balls to control the line. Very hard to attack a player who's brought another ball with him. Unless you're willing to take 2 balls and kind of run through it yourself.
I find it strange he keeps changing how he's throwing, underhand or overhand.
Well, you know, I know for myself, one of the things I like about these balls opposed to the Mikasa is there's a lot more ways you can kind of throw them. You can curve them down, you can curve them to the side, you can throw them straight. And, you know, as we all play with each other more and more and more, people kind of learn how your throw is going to come, right? So changing how you send it can mix it up and, you know, keep them guessing a little bit. Looks like it might be 1-1.
No fear.
No fear, just an easy block. Letting the power go and closes it out. Looking maybe a little bit tuckered after that one, but it'll bounce back. Alright, 8-5.
Yeah, 3's not that big of a gap in this either.
No, you gotta get basically down to the last 5 minutes before 3 games starts to look real good.
Yeah.
Jason running.
I want to see him throw right off the bat.
Jared beat him there, but goes high. Jared played in the basket, not the man. Squidges up to the line. And Jason might have had him there, but he might have been a bit tuckered. Or there might have been somebody ready to blast him on the side there. Looks like Corey had an eye on him. Just playing the rebound. Ooh, Paul following the ball.
Never give up.
Never surrender. Fury in control. Jason trying to bend it in there. Jared not too concerned about it. Brian moving up. Gets one down there. Fury with the players, but Hallows controlling the balls.
That was a crazy fast second throw from Jared.
That was a crazy fast second. That was a rapid fire for the win. On the left side, that was Jess actually. Got a hit off the rapid fire. Oh. Jared, good awareness, decides to slow it down. Jared throwing strong. Fury looking to get a hit on Jess. Jared on the side, ready, trying to punish. Gets some space, makes the catch.
Wow.
Takes out Jason, and plays the reset. Alright, Fury down a player, but with control of the line. Ooh, Jared is able to send kind of a wild one that gets Blair.
Almost wedged right in there.
And Jared takes one off the ankle. Decides to tread on the ball. Oh, yeah, I guess he's alive. Maybe that one got a little greased up. Maybe it was popped. Off the fingers for Melissa. Ryan tries to shank one at Jared. Balls converge on Paul, but he stays alive.
Paul's too scampery.
Too squidgy. Oh, but not squidgy enough.
Looked like he had it.
Not quite squidgy enough. Brian with an excellent catch. Brian is maybe by contrast the least squidgy player. His movements are solid,
deliberate.
very solid, deliberate, and effective, but not squidgy.
Yeah, this is a long one.
Well, it's not too common for games to run out of time, even though it's 4 minutes instead of 5. That buzzer rarely rings. 9 to 5 for Hallows.
So much faster, and everyone's more likely to be throwing too. Helps
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, the game stays a lot healthier when people want to throw. That's certainly one thing I'd say about this change in format. You know, it's all well and good to have catching be a strong part of the game. Is well, nobody wants to throw a ball anymore, and then things just don't function that smoothly.
Oh, this got 2 quick ones. 3.
Oh, Ryan found a sweaty one. It looks like
Oh,
Jared's
man,
able to
no
punish him
mercy on
for
this
it.
one.
Oh no. Looks like Hoppenbauer's got one in the fingers. And a quick game
Wow.
for Hallows, real fast. 10 to 5.
This is when they gotta keep pushing it.
You gotta. If you have more wins than there are minutes left in the game, that's when you're good.
Yeah.
Up until that point, it's in question.
So what are they gonna do to bring back? They gotta do something crazy here.
Oh, they're going to play better.
Yeah.
That's all you got to. You hit more, catch more, dodge more, talk more.
I'm surprised they aren't gonna they're not gonna push it harder though. Like Fury should be playing faster if they're down by that many.
We're not quite in panic mode yet. I think it's. There's one thing, as you may know, I have a history playing some poker, and one of the things I kind of tell people is that everybody gets angry, but that doesn't mean that you're on tilt if you don't behave any differently. So kind of what the difference between an experienced player and a new player is that everybody gets angry, but the experienced player has played enough, knows enough not to just completely change everything just because they've had a couple bad breaks. And I think Fury's in kind of the same spot here. They haven't been fucking it up. They haven't been throwing him away, although that didn't look too great.
Yep, that was a big catch for me.
But there's no fundamental thing. Fury's just getting the hits, getting the catches. And we see a few things here or there, but no fundamental breakdowns.
Very methodical.
Nice volley there, almost catches Paulie. I think Dwayne gets a hit. This is a pretty squidgy duo. I would say Paul's a slightly squidgier one, but whereas Paul may be the squidgiest, Dwayne Hoppenbauer's might be the slipperiest. He always just gets away.
Well, someone was telling me they thought his greatest strength was just being able to interrupt people's throws and make them be able to throw just slightly slower so he can catch it.
Absolutely. No, and he was, there are more people bringing that into the game, but he was the first one to, maybe not to do it, but to make it devastating.
Yeah.
It was a big damn problem for a while. People were not able to deal with it. Oh, and a trade there. Both teams getting a little hasty, but it evens out.
2-on-2.
Looks to be 2-on-2. Kevin firing. Lots of arm there. And you can see even there, he's able to break up the sink on the throws.
Oh, and Shake picked it up.
Wow!
Huge.
All right, 10 to 6. Now, as a rules question, do you feel that the catch is legitimate if the receiving player immediately spikes the ball in triumph?
Well, yeah, they still caught it.
Yeah.
Boom. Although I'm sure that's happened in football, where they didn't actually get the touchdown and then let go of the ball too early.
Oh, I've seen that highlight replay. It's out there. Blair takes it off the deflection. Jason firing low. Somebody picks it up. All right, now, and this is the thing, where Fury hasn't been making mistakes, per se. They're losing, now they're rushing it a bit.
Oh!
And it's costing them.
Well,
that being said, they did win the last game.
This is true. They got to rush as a team, though.
Yeah.
it's just one guy. How much time do they got left for everything?
That's an excellent question. This game is live, but we are not actually there.
I'm gonna guess 12 minutes.
That sounds fair. Tends to be the first half tends to run a bit early because you're running down from 55 to 30 often.
Yeah, we'll add another 3 minutes.
So an even game here.
Has there been a lot of like the team building a lead and then like deliberately running out time?
Not excessively. I feel that as long as you are giving balls to the other team, that's fair game. As long as you're not freezing the game out. If you're letting the other team throw, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I know I've had a couple of games where I've been last man and, you know, in a position where I'm not going to win, we're up a few games, and I've just tried to lose more slowly, but kicking balls over.
No, if you're the only guy left, for sure, but like when it's 5-on-2 or 3 or 4-on-2, they're just going to slow it down.
Oftentimes we find, like as a team, if you really try and change up your pace and change the way you play, it hurts you more than it helps you. You know, if it's that last game and you want to run it down a little bit, you know, it can definitely happen. But, you know, even with this much time left, even with 10 minutes left, it's not worth changing how you play.
Yeah.
Oh, at least it gets the hit.
Here comes the quick throws.
Just putting them in a safe spot where they're going to come back. Nice sink and a nice hit there.
Cross.
All right, 11-6. Hallows in a good position to take its first ever victory. Their jerseys may be gold, but so far their standings are not. Oh, that was going for the head. Lucky there.
Wow.
That's that. A lucky miss from Adam Webster turns into a catch.
I want to see someone like intentionally take it in the head, like move their head into it.
First DE final. That guy there, Dwayne Hoppenbauer's. I suppose you can't confirm, but I believe he did it, and I believe that's fair play.
Oh, for
if
sure.
the ball's high, not everybody feels the same way about that, but I feel if the ball's high and you want to stick your face into it, good on you.
Yeah, if you're jumping.
That being said, if you tilt your head to the side and you kind of lean over to do it, and you start complaining that you're standing straight up, I don't know that the ref's going to give it to you, so it better be a high one if you go for it. And that's always the tricky thing, too.
Now they're coming for your camera.
You know, that camera is,
Been through a lot.
yeah, it doesn't take too many direct ones. You know, it's happened a couple times, but for whatever reason, that spot just 2 feet over everybody's head doesn't get hit that much. Oh, Adam almost picked that one up, but in the end, Blair gets the hit. Blair had an eye on one there. Oh, and he's coming through. Not sure what happened there. That looked like it connected solidly. I can't say. I guess we could go and have a little replay here. All you can have a replay. And I know at the time there I felt that was solid. Watching the replay, I wasn't ready for it. Looked like a hit, but you can all decide. Now, we knew coming into this, something like this was going to come up, but I want to do a little public announcement, regardless of what that we all decide that turns out to be. The thing about Dodgeball, you all got to know, is everybody cheats. Everybody cheats sometime. Alright, game for Fury. And not everybody cheats on purpose. Sometimes people cheat because they make the wrong call. And that's just life. Because some calls are hard to make, sometimes things happen in the heat of the moment. And some people cheat because they cheat sometimes, or they're frustrated, or they're just that sort of person. And hopefully, you know, their teammates, since the majority of people tend to be good sports, can get them not to do that. But the very damn worst thing that I've seen in my time as a player and a ref is when people cheat out of revenge. Because that gets out of hand really fast. And as soon as you get one person on either team who wants to cheat out of revenge, game goes to shit real fast. You get one person who cheats by accident. Maybe they get nicked a couple times. Maybe they didn't get nicked a couple times, but it looked like it. Somebody decides that's the reason to cheat. Whole game goes to shit. People start doing that a lot. League won't work. So don't do that shit, people. And let's get back to the game. Alright, pretty even off the start here. Ball's in control of Fury.
I think it's 4-4 right now. Or 4-5?
All right, catch there for Hallows, taking back the lead. Hallows looking pretty spry, moving a little bit faster, throwing a little bit harder. There, I think they're feeling the momentum. Definitely have some momentum going here. Jason fires the cannon, gets a hit on Megan Frerks.
You gotta confirm that spelling. Or pronunciation, rather.
I feel that's
Frerks?
Freriksen.
Is there a sun on the end?
No, there is no
Just
sun.
Frerks?
But that's the German inflection.
Ah.
Alright. Yeah, Jared listening,
Jared's
just getting the ball back.
Getting a little antsy.
Yep. Nothing wrong with taking the reset. Jared in a good spot there to go for a toe shot. Takes his time. Jason fires the gun. Corey goes looking for a low one. Doesn't get it.
Yeah, this is non-stop.
Yeah.
Till now.
Lots and lots of dangerous players on either side. Jason did a good job of keeping the ball there. Fires again, looking for Jared.
Where are all the balls?
Must be with Hallows. Oh, and a solid catch there from Jason.
Didn't even look. Just, yep, my ball.
Just those reflexes, and just we're talking about that earlier. Gets to the point where people aren't even watching your ball coming in. They're seeing how you throw it, and they kind of know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Won't guess right every time, but for the most part, they know. All right, Fury pumped up now, sitting up fast. All right, we're looking at 11-8. 3 games apart. They got definitely a bit of a deficit to make up, but we got time to fix it. All right, they win the setup again. Nice hit from Webster. Real good throw this time. A little bit of a lazy block there. That being said, Kevin should put maybe being one of the masters of the lazy block, one of the most effective blockers with one ball.
I always found that so dangerous. It's such a small...
I agree, but for whatever reason,
It works for him.
yeah, I think what he does is he actually grips it real tight, so his hand's kind of not wrapped around it; it's behind. Then he just slaps the damn thing out of the way.
Yeah.
Now we're hearing that shift in tone. We're hearing so there's some hands in the air. There's some people crying out in exasperation.
Oh, no.
A little bit of a bad reflex there.
Oh.
That's the volleyball play where you just kick
Yeah.
it up, but
That seemed like the right thing to do, too.
This
Just
is-
going at just the right speed.
we're doing dodgeball, not volleyball. All right, we're here. We're here in the energy. 11-9.
And you already know the outcome. I don't even know who's going to win this.
Well, I don't know who wins this.
You don't?
I left.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that's me
you
right there.
I'm like, sure you are wearing bright orange.
Oh, I'm out of position, but gets away with it. Looks for the ball. Dwayne looks for the hit and gets it.
Adam's reaching a bit now.
Oh, Dwayne with a masterful slidey catch. See, if Paul were to do it, he'd flop around and it'd be a squidgy catch. But just when Dwayne does it, it's so slippery. He's just
It's fluid. We'll
there's
say.
a little bit of WD-40 on those knee pads. Hallows down again,
Oh, man.
and that rapid fire just does not work out. Shade eats it up, and Fury looking to close this one out to bring it within 1 game. Oh, might have to wait for the ref on that one. No, it looks like they're calling it a hit. Might have been a deflection. So Fury 1 game away from tying it up. Oh, looks like we have. All right, some good reffing there to set that ball up. Can make a big difference. All right. Jared missing the toss again there. One thing.
Now they're both scared, both teams. No one wants to make the first move.
It might be a little bit tuckered out there. Nobody really challenging Jason. Though that being said, Jason has a lot of support behind him. Yeah, can't get to that ball. Nothing for Hallows to do, just to wait and see what happens. Adam gets the catch there. Alright.
Now they're pretty vocal too.
Hallows in control. Free able to break the play up. Oh, and the group throw just falls apart.
Yeah, everything got shattered.
What should have been 4 balls at one person kind of turned into 2 balls, and then 2 more balls at 2 different people. Looks like Paul's throw might have got picked off there. Another nail-biter final here, folks. Oh, Melissa gets away.
Got there.
Jared just resetting the ball. Jared probably resetting more than anybody else in this game, making good use out of that whenever he gets to the line without a good play to make. Just waiting for his next chance. Is he able to get away? Alright, Fury gunning for the side. Jared moves up. That left-hander goes high.
Does he throw with both? Or is he just...
He is an ambidextrous thrower. The left one is passable. But often, by the passability combined with the surprise factor, often does get some people. And there is some raw utility with being able to throw from either side, especially in close range situations.
Well, especially with him on the right side, it's a better chance of hitting if they're throwing the same speed.
Alright, looks might have a bit of a reffing dispute here. Alright, it's going to play through. That's a pretty scouted group throw there. Jared's got the adrenaline. He's kind of maybe looking to carry here. Yeah, those throws not coming in at the same time. You know, Hallows may be a bit rattled, maybe a bit low on confidence here. Fury looking a bit more synchronous with their throwing. And Hallows with their backs against the walls. Lots of power here. Lots of power from Fury. Very easy for them to close this one out. Looked like there might have been a high one in there. That might be the worst thing to happen, is to shoot for the face at this point, though. It definitely, they do get away from you, especially when you're in the sweaty season.
Yeah, summer. Well, this was pretty warm.
It's getting into summer. This was a warm last couple weeks of dodgeball for this season.
There was that
one day we'll find that one gym with air conditioning and we'll book it for 10 years.
Yep, lock it down. Jared checking the time.
If we're running down the clock, a win here from Fury will put it into overtime for the last game. Amber might be working alone.
Trying to make something happen.
Got to get those lucky nicks, fish out a catch. Often not a lot of great options when you're the last person. Just hope you can pick one off. Nice throw there.
Yeah, I think it was just her left.
Oh, a nice job there. Trying to bait one out. You know, that's nothing wrong with that. And it looks like we're into a tie. All right, I think I see some green on the score clock.
Yeah, everyone's taking their time now. This must be the last one.
There was I believe there was a reffing dispute here over whether the ball, Adam had been jumping and the ball had gone off his shoulder and the side of his neck. And kind of a tricky thing, most people play the jawline as the headshot line, but as you go farther back on the jawline, there's more neck and less head. So I felt at the time it was rightfully called a hit, but it was close. Alright, good setup there. No hits come out. Oh no, a hit on Jason. Big hit there.
That's good that they mixed something up. No one is firing for him right off the bat.
Yeah, it's tricky because he plays that corner, but he's also playing the empty corner where those balls will come back a bit more often. There aren't benches and bags and everything else.
Here comes the ball.
All the balls, all the players. Big position for Hallows. They get a hit. They get most of the balls back. 2 for Fury.
See if Dwayne can do something.
Dwayne not able to find a spot. Does get a hit, though. Just great on defense there.
Picking on Dwayne.
5 balls coming. Stays alive. Alright, Dwayne and Dwayne closing it out for Fury here. Definitely behind, but definitely still alive. Webster comes up. Ball goes wide. Jared takes the reset. Hoffenbauer's ever dangerous with that ball. Breaks it up, almost gets it.
So close.
Sets the play. But you can see the excitement from Jess there. Taking their time to do it right. And around the ankle. And Deathly Hallows finally takes the DE Div 1 final. And you can see...
It's a happy team.
You can see a happier team today than at the end of the last game. That's it'd be heartbreaking to lose 4 out of 4. I gotta say, at a certain point, you just gotta root for
Yeah.
it.
Well, they had a pretty big lead, and they got maybe they got a little overconfident.
Yeah, it's always hard to say. You see these things happen, and for a while there, it looked like Fury was falling apart. Then it looked like Hallows was falling apart, and how much of it is skill, and how much of it is the way things go. So that's always the difficult thing to sort. So that's our job as sportscasters, to fill those gaps with narratives to keep you folks entertained. So Hallows takes home its first trophy. Alright, so this has been Bryce Parody and Brian Flowers for the 2016 Div 1 final. And we will see you all in the fall season coming up here.